Greetings, infinite, multi-dimensional beings of eternal divine light. Welcome to another day in the Twilight Zone. Leave it up to Hollyweird to take something beautiful and creative and turn it upside down and twist it around. They have a way of making everything beautiful into something weird. We have the Twilight Zone, and its things are really starting to get weird around here. I know most of you are going to be like, where have you been? They're starting to get weird. I know, I'm just playing. So the Twilight Zone, when we think of being in between worlds, some call it like a hypnagogic state, in between being awake and asleep. It's a brainwave frequency, plus the twilight is the doorway between worlds opens, about a half hour to an hour before sunrise, and a half hour to an hour after sunsets, where the sky is still illuminated. Which reminds me, today, after sunset, the new earth energy was coming in with this bright pink bands, and it looked like new earth cities in the clouds in the sky. Many are seeing these all over the world. So this twilight zone in the Taoist arts, it's when yang goes into yin at sunset, most powerful time, because it's masculine into the divine. It's the non-physical, the void, the womb, the night, the underworld. And then sunrise is yin transitioning into yang, which is daytime. It's the rising sun. That's why generally a rising sun of the east is a masculine energy, and the setting sun of the west is feminine energy. So we see the north and the east, divine masculine, and the west and the south, divine feminine. This is connected also to the eagle flying with the condor, where more codes came in today that I have to refine some of the vision that came through yesterday. Every day these codes are coming in, everything's accelerating and amplifying, especially with these intense waves. So today was also very powerful. Every day these powerful energies are coming in, especially with the Lion's Gate, Leo, heart of the lion, the courage. Today was fairly quiet on the Schumann. We had a 12 hertz spike, the 12 of the divine feminine, but there's some interesting symbols and codes coming through the chart. Let's see some new patterns coming in. Today we had over 122 M1.5 or greater earthquakes. We had multiple earthquakes again up in Alaska. Laos today at 4.8 around the Ring of Fire, totally lit up again. Puerto Rico with the Atlantean energies, multiple activations there. Right in the heart of Lemuria in Hawaii, Pahala, 4.7. We also have the hurricane that's heading towards, or I think it reached Hawaii today. We also had multiple earthquakes in the sacred Andes Mountains again, the Kundalini of Earth. So many are feeling these activations along the spine and in the crown with these northern points up by Alaska. We had a 4.4 in Argentina, very deep too, 193 kilometers. And then in Chile, a 4.5. So again, today, every day now, portals opening, being activated, Gaia rising up. And this morning, after several downloads and activations, as I was activating some of the highest codes, Gaia wailed on me again. She said, I'll tell you the story at the end of today's transmission, give you all something to look forward to. But she is a funny one. She gives us lots of laughs. Today we'll start the first transmission from Divine Sister of the Light, Maureen Moss. A new planetary cycle begins and the Sirian Lion's Gate opens. 1 year ago, during the Lion's Gate, we were escorted into a new planetary cycle, making a pronounced shift from a linear timeline to a vertical spiral of evolution, for consciousness to move from one reality to another and stabilize. A compatible frame of mind and heart, body and soul, coherence, must come into place in body. Thus we have spent the better part of this year in and amongst the most advanced galactic, cosmic, deep space frequencies, surges, waves, codes, sacred geometry, spiraling radiations of universal light, and streams of new creation codes, igniting humanity's next cycle of enlightenment, soul embodiment, and full body transfiguration. Day by day, we have been woven deeper and deeper into the new ebb and flow of higher holy life, penetrating our hearts, minds, every neuron, tissue, particle, DNA, and cell, clearing what was and inserting what is, leading us deeper into the marriage of the soulful new human and the Creator as one, entering a new life cycle of eternal inheritance and freedom that will activate at the peak of the Sirian Lion's Gate on 8/8. This year, the Sirian Masters and Sirian Royal Lions shall lead us into the 2020 transition of eternal inheritance and freedom. Archangel Metatron has spoken of the very powerful ascension wave that will enter the planetary consciousness in tandem with the Lion's Gate. My love for the Sirians runs deep. It is from a deep heart and soul connection with them, along with a knowing via experience that the Sirians, having the most direct path to Earth and the most influence on humanity's ascension, hold Earth and humanity close to their hearts. Throughout the history of human evolution, particularly in the early period of the ancient civilization of Egypt, the Sirian masters, carrying their star wisdom, descended to Earth to teach humanity the alchemical process and science of ascension, the principle of oneness and of the infinity consciousness of Creator God. They, the many Sirians and royal lions, also built the great Sphinx of Giza with the body of a lion and the head of a human to be an active director and receiver of advanced light codes for humanity, Earth, and many worlds until the fall of consciousness in Atlantis and Egypt severed all connection. Never again, the Sirians have spoken. You are the ones who are destined to succeed with more capacity for wholeness, love, unity, stability, and building a larger physical realm than ever was possible on Earth. We and all the masters, Yeshua, Isis, Thoth, and more, aligned with Sirius, are with you actively now, every step of the way to further assist you in expanding your consciousness, shoring up your courage as great changes on Earth and in the realities continue, and to assist in your expansion into the fullness of your infinite heart, the building materials for new Earth. And so it is during the Lion's Gate will be in rapport, counsel, and activity with the Sirian Masters and Sirian Royal Lions, as well as other Masters, as they actively assist us in moving into a new dynamic dimension of light, a new octave of soul embodiment life, and help us merge and synthesize with the Ascension wave, taking those prepared into the 2020 transition of eternal inheritance and freedom as we establish the peoplehood of God throughout the many worlds of intelligence. One love, one humanity, one will, with love. Maureen Moss from maureenmoss.com. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Sandra Walter. Crystalline decrees. I call forth my sacred diamond solar heart center to be fully activated in alignment with my highest expression of source, to the highest level complementary to my journey in this now moment. From ascensionpath.com. From today, Divine Bro Star of the Light, Daniel Scranton. You're getting cellular upgrades without ascension symptoms, the 90 Arcturian Council, channeled by Daniel Scranton. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very pleased to announce that you are all getting upgrades at this time because you need to be able to absorb physically the energies that are upon you there on Earth. These upgrades that you are receiving while you are asleep are to your physical body's cells. Your cells were originally designed to only be able to handle a certain amount of light. Your bodies were created to only give you access to a certain amount of energy. And as you all know, things on Earth at this time are changing. From where we sit, they are always changing for the better. Your bodies need to be able to hold more light to process higher frequency energies in order to be able to transform from being carbon-based to being crystalline-based. You are transforming your consciousness, and your bodies are following in the footsteps of your consciousness. You all need to be patient with this process, because even though your cells are getting the much-needed upgrades, it is still going to be a new experience for you to take in light that is available to you. There will be a process, a learning curve, regarding how exactly you are going to absorb the energies and make use of them. We know that many of you have experienced Ascension symptoms for a very long time, and that you are growing quite tired of the process of transforming your physical bodies. But the good news is that this part of the transformation process will not be taxing on you physically. That being said, it is always a good idea for you to get lots of rest and drink lots of water. We also want to invite you to start working with your upgraded cells, your transforming bodies. Work with them more consciously by feeling for the energies, feeling for the light that is all around you, that is beckoning you into higher and higher frequency states. As we have said many times before, this ascension of yours is inevitable, and those of you who are awake must be the leaders. You must be on the leading edge in order to help your fellow humans who have made the choice in this lifetime to lag behind a bit. It is an honor and a privilege to be in the position that you find yourselves in, and we know that you are the perfect candidates to take on this light and these energies. We know that you are going to bridge the gap between the third and fifth dimensions, and we know that many of you are already doing it very consciously and deliberately, and we applaud you for your service. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. From DanielScranton.com, today from Divine Sister of the Light, Lisa Marie Wright. Powerfully transformational energies bathing the planet, much incoming truth, clarity, purification. These energies will be felt by all fair separation, all which is not aligned with pure, unconditional love and service to the highest good of all surfacing, presenting for release. Face you, free you, feel it to heal it, see it for what it could be. This is a massive global purging, and energies will cause much emotional turmoil for many. Humanity is rapidly awakening. All is being revealed. Many will be shocked, confused, fearful. Hold space, provide support where you can. Trust you, trust the process. All is unfolding in perfect divine design. Truth, true colors of many being revealed. All is becoming crystal clear. All old systems are being completely shut down. Buckle up. This freedom ride is on full throttle. Breathe, center, ground, hydrate. We are rapidly releasing all that no longer serves and fully anchoring in what we have already created energetically onto the physical plane of existence. Keep glowing, keep anchoring, and only new. It is done, be free. Our time has come. And from Jane 108 Academy, the torus is the code. It is the only known shape in our known universe that exists at all scales. What I mean by this scale invariancy is that the torus is the shape of all protons, as well as being the shape of the iris, lens of the eye, of the human field, of the dimpled north and south poles of our precious planet Earth, and our extraordinary Milky Way galaxy. They are all tori, or toroidal fields. It is what defines all life and assists our inquiring minds to comprehend the invisible structure of space. Top scientists today still believe that space is structureless, that is, they call it a vacuum, a nothingness, yet it is absolutely laden, like tree with fruit, with hyperdimensional geometries. Jane 108, and from Divine Sister of the Light, Divine Roberts. Beloveds, the more you can rest in this consciousness of one, the more you will move into the present, the now, and the more easily you will transit through this Lion's Gate on 8/8. Today from the Archangelic Calendar, Gaia is in the fire setting, but it would be more appropriate to say that Gaia is on fire. She is ready to transmute on a full scale. We mentioned that she controls her weather patterns for now. She will be readjusting her flows, so hang tight. We have passed through the portal, and you can feel the difference, but not entirely. To help you digest this, our location inside this quantum position is like entering your home and taking your shoes off in the mudroom. Yes, you are in your house, but you have yet to be embraced by the warmth of your dwelling. We have multiple confirmed Mandela effects in the realm of children's books. The Bear situation is more relevant than people think. It's a macro timeline marker. And because the true name changes so frequently, we have learned to look there for valid time markers. There are so many to Mandela's available to those who were avid readers of Amelia Bedelia and certain individual comic books. Many sensations are coming in from alternative timelines. You may feel touches, taps, or tickles from this anomaly, but they are not happening to you. They are happening to the version of you who exists on an alternate timeline, which is a mere shadow. There will be less hypersensitivity as time goes on, and we adjust to conscious, simultaneous timeline living. We know all about the star races who traveled here on ships, but what about those who need no craft to go? More beings have developed natural flight than those who have achieved it via technology. We have a plethora of friends who have traveled here in such a method. These beings are actively healing significant water bodies, optimizing continual land masses, and doing various beautiful deeds. Our engineering department thanks them immensely. Even though they have not stopped by to formally introduce themselves, we have waved to each other in the field, which was an acknowledgement of similar intentions. We will start to see the Legion symbols appear in the Schumann resonance and crop circles. Benevolent star races seek the highest light of consciousness to communicate with, and that would be us. It's a lot like being sent a text message from an old friend, somewhat shocking but not entirely out of character. A new Ascension symptom sees sparkles in our vision, and the breakdown of the false matrix causes this. The inaccurate projections, wrong feelings, and false grids are all slowly coming offline by design. The galactic reset date is not precisely the 3D date advertised. According to our calculations, it is coming up shortly, but has not happened yet. Toxic positivity had not worked for humanity thus far. Avoiding all issues by putting a blindfold of positivity on is genuinely giving your power away. As we see that when we are decisive, mountains move. New Age philosophies have abandoned the notion of being honest with oneself and have thus created tons of indecisive ideology across the globe. Rhonda introduced many to the spiritual sciences, but it's like giving a preschooler a lighter. It's not something they can use, and if they can, they will surely get burned. We do not see all the truth that is available at the moment for us. Going beyond all earthly matters, if this galactic issue goes away without consequence to Earth, it will not be allowed to enter our ether. There would be no moving forward as a humanity if we held such gigantic galactic grudges. There's a good deal being hidden from understanding from the higher dimensions. Earth has a special archangelic Earth-based team, which includes but is not limited to Archangel Metatron, Archangel Kamael, Archangel Orion, Archangel Leo, Archangel Toph, and Archangel Raziel. We are announcing this in observance with the law of disclosure. This team is about to get a lot of things done. We will be sure that we follow all procedures and protocols in an effort of due process. The tools for today's assignments are in a link in the description below. The assignments for today: there is a group of people who have been causing a great deal of trouble throughout human history. We will call them the Sentinanak. In this name, we take their power away. When you see their aura, it looks an awful like any parasitic race. Black with blood droplets inside. The only difference is a glowing third eye. You will find these beings everywhere, but there is a high concentration of them in Aleppo, Syria. Call them by their new name and bring them into the violet flame with a portal already opened in its center. This portal will exit in the waiting area created by Archangel Azrael, as all gateways located inside the violet flame will do. You will surely need to keep an eye on Sweden and Italy for galactic and world-changing events. There is more than meets the eye with both countries, as there is a not-so-public uprising of energy happening in both places. We will be sending an orange flame of reveal to both locations. Please hold for a 72 count. There is an ethereal frequency that malevolent forces use to communicate in real time. It is not to be confused with the general ether. It's a hyperstatic that also acts as a disruption field for their cloaking techniques. To locate this frequency, you must listen physically and find a high static hum. Once you determine the hum, return to it metaphysically. Follow it to its source, and then handle it with sword and shield. Our ultimate engineering goal is to metaphysically wire Gaia's, Surzi's, and the universe's circumference to infinitely expanding creator source while everyone is still in motion. This is reoccurring assignment is because this is a compelling goal that will get things done real quick. To accomplish this, use a rainbow-colored spider-like web that shoots out from every part of the Earth sphere and connecting to the furthest reaches of infinitely expanding creator source. The same technique should be used for the galaxy as well, and if you can, hold this notion for a count of 72, then move on to the universe. We can only move on to larger bodies when you feel you have completed their subparts. If you think that you were able to hold for a full 72 count, please move on to the next 2 targets. If not, continue working on Earth. Ultimately, this will cause the benevolent isolation of our planet where only sentient life will exist. Make no mistake about it, we plan on facilitating the 2,000 years of peace, as prophesied. Some of our Lightworker Legion have recently discovered their angel wings. Hug the Earth with your angelic wings for a 72 count or longer. We have achieved enormous success by clearing out negative energy, moving to a higher timeline, and bringing the foundation of a 5D reality. To keep things flowing this way, please engulf the Earth with a rainbow flame for a 72 count, an emerald green ray light for a 72 count, and a pink plasma for the same. From the archangeliccalendar.com. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Kin 120, Yellow Electric Sun. Electric is the name for the number 3, and its keywords are service, activate, and bond. The third day of a wave spell has a lot of energy and can be electrifying. We are in the White Mirror wave spell with its agenda of seeking truth. We can really get going with this mission today. The electrical shock springs us into action. Today is Yellow Sun, which represents enlightenment, universal fire, and life. And so today we activate enlightenment. The sun shines, illuminating our way, which certainly helps in the quest for truth. When the sun reflects in the mirror, however, this can be blinding, so proceed with caution. Can you handle the truth? And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Yellow Electric Sun, Kin 120, 27 July 2020, Seeding Enlightenment, 27/7/2020, 27/7/22 equal 974 equal 911 equal 11 equal 2, 911 Divine Destiny Portal, 27 Power Leadership Command, 9 Destiny Service Humanity Grace Endings, 7 Magic Mystic Spiritual Initiation, 4 Form Structure Foundation Earth, 11 Gate Portal Duality, 2 Team Partners Cooperation, Kin 120 equal 3 Holy Trinity Joy Creativity Union. Today is a very powerful, highly divinely electrically charged day, solar electric power to charge any battery you need. Day 3 in the White Mirror wave spell of reflection, truth, illusion, endlessness, and magnification. Today we shine our mirrors by activating emotional, in deep end dance, guided by the urge to bond and co-create with others, in service to the divine. Tone of creation, electric is tone number 3 in the tone of creation. It is the first of the 3 emotional realm tones. Its focus is on being of service to others through the action of bonding, that is coming together with others to co-create and be of service. Today's lunar tone polarized our molecule of energy, and now the electric tone bonds the 2 elements together, again as one, and then activates the energy with a strong electrical charge, so we have huge energy to access for our intended purpose. Electric energy provides the ignition or spark for your manifestation. It is a current that needs to keep moving and flowing, transmitting energy. It also adds power to anything you are creating today, and an extra electrical boost to draw upon. The power of 3 is derived from 2 units merging and creating the third, more powerful entity. This action duplicates the essence of bonding and service that the electric tone provides. Today beckons you to become emotionally mature. Expand your focus from purely bonding with one to the joy of bonding with all. Together with your kin, offer your united energies to be of divine service to humanity. Note the electric tone coupled with the sun is very highly charged, rocket fuel energy, double Tesla power, so take note. and use this power wisely today. So blessed be pure hearts. Make sure you catch some golden sun rays and focus your intention on directing this solar electrical energy into beneficial pursuits. Enjoy this beautiful sun, shiny day, feeling deeply through your senses, shining your light as you blossom into your highest potential, bonding with others to co-create our new world. Today's question is, how can I activate greater emotional maturity in my service with others in order to claim my sovereignty? Divine blessings for the flowering of beautiful, divine partnerships and missions. In Lakek Alakin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66, Kin 120, Yellow Electric Sun. The mantra, the code for today is, I activate in order to enlighten, bonding life. I seal the matrix of universal fire with the electric tone of service. I am guided by the power of flowering. And on this powerful, electrically charged day of enlightenment, sacred star blossoms of light, let us know in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and get notifications by clicking the little bell next to it. And as always, we have a link in the description below the video to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to also thank everyone for their support on Patreon. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Sarah. Thank you for your pledge. If you'd like to support our work, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/primedisclosure. I'd also like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Kimberly, and Divine Sister of the Light, Barbara, for your donations today. I appreciate you all and everyone for your support. It really means a lot to myself and our sacred team. So today, before we head out here, I want to tell a couple little stories. With these powerful activations coming in last night, as I was standing under the stars, this bright light in the heavens was flashing like a red and white light, and I felt getting pulled into the earth, so I lay down on the driveway, and as I laid into the ground, there was like a loud pop in my spine, and then a bright flash of white light, and I thought, here we go, it's the event. The event is here now. And it was the Great Spirit saying, almost, not quite. So there we go again, teasing me again. There, Great One, it's like, why not? We keep going through and through and through anyways, so what's next? Do we dare say, bring it on? Because after the night of many missions and intense energies and weirdness, craziness, we're all going on these powerful missions in dream time at night. For myself, it takes me several hours every morning to anchor back into this realm. Most mornings I wonder how to even find my way back. I go on such far journeys sometimes. And today was especially intense. And as I was in between worlds, that's kind of when you're in this twilight zone type state. And I was downloading and getting activations from this deep connection coming through my Venusian elven family. And I was seeing the codes and the activations and the manifestation of my elven Venusian light body. And as I was receiving these activations, my higher self and guides were saying the human vessel, to back down, that the human vessel cannot handle that high of a frequency, that it would no longer exist, that it would disappear, that it would transform into light, and that it is not quite time. And in this altered state, I said, bring it on anyways, because I saw the full manifestation of the elven, higher dimensional 12D Venusian body with the able to manifest wings and shapeshift, do all kinds of things. So I thought, wouldn't this be fun? And in that moment, the Vulcan energy came through and said, you cannot do this at this time. And the Vulcans can be pretty funny in their rational seriousness. And what came through was, which was very funny to me, they said, that's what happens when you dumb down your energy to 3D, which I've never heard that before, but I thought, okay, we'll take that. Said, I understand that, that lower frequency to some higher dimensional energy, they see it kind of as a lower intelligence kind of thing. So in that state, I just laughed and thought, whatever you say, my friend, I know I'm part Vulcan, so I accept and agree. And in that moment, Gaia came in. This is where she wailed on me, saying, where she blasted me again with bee medicine, which the bees, the hornets, wasps, they're my little angels. So for one to sacrifice its life to transmit its medicine gets my attention, which is very, very rare for me. It happened a few days ago, and it was on the same foot, and it brought me 100% back into this realm. And when the bee medicine pulsed into my bloodstream, it shot up into my solar plexus and anchored it deep into my heart center. And I heard Gaia come through, and she said, no, sir, not yet. We got to stay and finish this mission. So, of course, I thanked Gaia and that little angel of wings for the medicine, and got to the dirt and rubbed dirt upon that acupuncture point, and it was on the same foot on the opposite side, which was the right foot, connected to the left brain, which obviously is considered the masculine, the rational, the logical. So it was saying in that moment, because the wild part of me said, yeah, let's go on this adventure, let's transform into this elven form, obviously not really knowing the full consequence of it, but that's the crazy part of the brain, the wild, adventurous, free spirit that says bring it on or let's do it. And then the Vulcan aspect and that wild, Venusian, passionate, courageous part balances with that rational, divine masculine as they come together and say when the time is right. And that's what it's all coming down. People, well, when do we know when this or that's going to happen? When is the event, the full event? Obviously, we're in the event energies, but the event is the complete shift, the complete transformation into New Earth, 5D, the end of the separation programming, the end of the suffering programming. And obviously, no one knows the exact date or time, but we do know the full transformation, or what we call the quantum leap of consciousness from Homo sapien to Homo luminous, which is thousands and thousands of years in the making as consciousness spiral through the vortex, the sine wave, into that still center, the omega point, the full culmination of all experiences, all the suffering that built up over thousands of years, creating the foundation, that the sacred lotus, like the mud in the pond, settling to the bottom, creating this muck and filth for the lotus to anchor its roots into and rise up through the water. And you could think of the blossoming or full awakening, which we call enlightenment, the Buddhist philosophy. And that symbolized, you see a lot the Buddha sitting on the lotus flower. It meant pure awareness, fully blossomed, fully awakened, fully aware in this now moment for all eternity. This moment of pure bliss and pure beauty, which we know we're on the precipice, but when it happens will be when the time is right, or the time is ripe. So feel into that energy of this full blossoming, full opening, full awakening, and a simple refinement of the eagle flying with the condor, 1111 energies coming in, the portal, the doorway, the gateway. So there is a moment in between when the eyes of the eagle and the condor meet, is the great calling, the calling out, the communicating with the sound frequency, the great voice, the voice of the eagle and the voice of the condor meet, and then the eyes meet, and then the wings touch, and then the flight happens. And we are there now as all these energies are coming in, transforming, transmuting. This is the passion, the death, the resurrection, and the ascension symbolism through this great ascension process. So part of this is being patient and keeping the faith and seeking the kingdom of heaven within, bliss, the harmony, the purity, the clarity that is the heart center, what we call love. And we transmit that love out into this realm, connecting to all beings, living from the heart, being a true human of full illumination. So thank you for joining me today, beloved beings of light. Keep walking your sacred path with heart, conjuring the courage of the lion. No matter what arises, we go through that and navigate safely to the ocean of pure consciousness, releasing the shores and safeties, the safety of the known, as we fully embrace and dive completely into the unknown, into the unknowable great mystery of infinite creator source. I love you all. Namaste.